Watch out for the water.
Guard the loaf.
And you know what? Yeah, I swear to God. And you know what? That's where we get the word loo from.
Guard the loaf.
Garde l'eau, which
Doug.
means watch out for the water.
Out with this
Yeah,
shit. I'm
guard-
tired of you.
Guard the loaf. Exactly. Guard the loaf.
Yeah, you know, I'm scared to ask this question, but where do you think pinch a loaf came out of it? Did that come from the French too? You know how you throw salt over your shoulder or something like
easy
that?
when you have to squeeze it out.
Pile.
You have to pinch it, and then
Pile,
it's
exactly.
Like
you
this.
have to pinch it to cut it off.
That's
Right.
too
Have-
obvious.
have you ever seen a
I
piece of
think they
shit-
used their fingers and they pinched off their loaf.
No, you
Have
pinch
you-
it with your ass cheeks.
Have you ever seen a piece of shit that hasn't been tapered at the end? Well, just imagine what would happen if shit didn't taper at the end. You'd always
Has
hear
to be
this.
pinched.
It would slap shut.
It would sound
your
shut.
asshole would. That's what would happen every time you take a shit.
Well, I had a shit once that looked like it was like braided, you know?
No, when you pinch the loaf, this is what it sounds like.
Yeah. But
Beautiful.
that's nice. Did you didn't just pinch one, right?
What about this?
Oh, that's just great. That's just wonderful. Okay. So we've done the Romans here and we've I still can't get over that
You know what?
stick and sponge. I mean, that's just absolutely disgusting.
I don't necessarily want. I don't necessarily want to. What am I trying to say here?
I have no idea.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's okay. And
you know what?
we've moved to the medieval times here. We just got to hope that these people wash their hands.
Well, you got to
What do
think.
they pinch you with?
You got to thank God for that dude that Nyla was talking about. I always thought it was Thomas Crapper that invented the toilet, but she said it was some other guy. You
Sir
have to.
John Harrington.
We are always searching for better ways to get rid of our poo, and you know what? I don't think it's over. I mean, I would, being in the business of death
Oh.
and cremation and that sort of thing, I think that we should cremate our shit and get rid of it completely, or use it as an energy source.
Yeah, you know what? That would be something. That would be something because you know what? Energy source. I like that. I like
Why-
that approach.
Why can't I shit in
You
my
imagine
garden?
the cars
I have-
driving and shit. Think of the smell.
Yeah. Why?
Hang on, wait a minute. Listen to this interesting piece of trivia about Sir John Harrington. So the first flushing toilet was invented by Sir John Harrington in 1596 for Queen Elizabeth I.
Wow.
He was originally barred from the royal court for spreading smutty stories about the Queen.
Ooh.
But after his invention, he was allowed back.
Oh, what were the smutty stories? That she didn't wipe her ass properly?
You can talk shit and be kicked out, but as soon as you find a way to contain shit, you can come back in.
Nice. Really?
And ever since then, they've done just that, haven't they, the Royals?
That's right. You're right.
Perfect.
What was this dude's name again?
Harrington.
Sir John Harrington.
Oh, sorry, Sir John.
Oh, is that why it's called the John?
Oh, it could be.
Well, we've got the John and the crap.
Oh my God! Maybe that's why it's called the John.
Yes, Thomas Crapper's plumbing company
Did you
built.
say he worked for Queen Elizabeth the First?
Yes,
Oh well, there you go. I think that's where it came from because the English people call it the John.
the John. And after
No, we call it the Lou.
I'm going to the
Thomas
John
Crapper.
Harrington. See, the Lou you got from the French, from when they said "Gardez Lou."
Guard the poo.
Guard the
Watch out for the poo poo.
Guard
That's
the
right.
poo.
That's right.
But yes, Thomas Crapper had a plumbing company
Yeah.
and he built flush toilets. And after the company received a royal warrant, the Crapper, the name became synonymous with flush toilets, even though he was not the original inventor.
So what you're saying is that the John Harrington John actually flushed?
Yes. Hey, but funny enough, the similarity between Crapper's name and the much older word crap, symbolizing poo,
Mm-hmm.
is purely a coincidence.
Really? That's interesting. You know what else I read about poo that's interesting in the
Oh,
medieval times is that kings used to put their toilets or whatever they called them, loos or johns, and they would put them close to the guards' robes that used to hang over like the moat. They'd keep them dry that way.
yeah.
And the
Oh,
oftentimes
oh,
the king,
oh,
yes,
floaties and oh,
oftentimes because they were soft,
Oh.
the king was known to use those as his toilet paper.
Oh.
oh.
Yes. And also the maidens, why do you think they had such long hair?
Oh, no, they
Oh,
didn't.
yes, they did. They stood beside the king, and the king, when he was done, he took their nice long soft hair and he wiped his ass.
He
Now
really did
that
not.
is a good
No,
lady.
no,
Did they cut it
they
off after?
did. Toilet maidens.
Oh,
Oh,
come on.
No,
excellent.
not necessarily cut it off, but they would bathe themselves. They
Okay,
had
so
soap.
next time I take a cruise in some hoity-toity ship, I expect to see that in the bathroom.
Yeah, a toilet maiden.
And
Can you
then
get a
you
little
can
closer, please?
look around and you'll notice that pomegranates studded with cloves were used as the first toilet air freshener.
Oh, I
Yes,
heard lavender.
really.
Yeah, lavender was used as well. Very,
To me,
very.
lavender would smell a little bit better than pomegranate stuffed
I,
with
th-
cloves.
I think you're right.
But
I think
there's
you're right.
there really is interesting toilet trivia. I
There
have to
is.
tell you.
There is so many interesting things, especially on the internet. Like we are in the day and age of information,
Yes, we're
and
in the shit information phase.
we are in the shit information phase. You're right.
What?
And if like I'm looking on the internet today, and I just punched in how to wipe your butt,
Oh, tell
and
me.
it gives you a rundown
Instructions.
of how to wipe your butt.
Well, who the hell doesn't know how to do that?
Well, it's interesting. May I start off?
Please.
It says how to wipe your butt. When it comes to universal human activities, nothing is more overlooked than post defecation cleanup. But does everyone perform this common behavior the same way? Of course not. I know I I do it differently than other people. I use a nice soft toilet paper. You know the ones with the little kittens? Actually,
Yeah.
those kittens would be okay to use too. Like
I think it'd be more fun with a
yeah,
kitten. When
it
you have
would.
pitch deep in your ass,
You
they can.
get more in there and then you just throw them in the bath, get them all
I don't
cleaned
think
up.
I'd like the claws very much.
It would become a shitty kitty.
But it says here some techniques are more effective than others. Here you will find a simple method that will keep your anus fresh, clean, and happy every day.
Oh, my asshole wants to be happy. Tell me.
So it says, be sure you have a complete bowel movement prior to wiping commencement. This
Folks
spares you.
having what come out of your ass?
Yeah, they just tell you make sure you take
Make
the
sure you're
whole
finished.
shit before you wipe your ass. It says
Okay.
this
Mm.
spares you unnecessary repetition for the procedure.
Which could drive you nuts wiping your ass 50 times. This shit just won't stop sometimes, eh?
So then it goes on to say choice of toilet paper is critical. Being eco friendly and choosing post consumer products is honorable, though it may be a little rough, literally, on your delicate areas.
Mm-hmm.
Basic tissue is also a fine choice and may be the best choice for us on a budget.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree with that.
I do too, because, Little Loaf and Pile had a plumbing problem
Ooh,
a while back.
why is that big? You're not so much little loaf then, are you?
Well, it wasn't Little Loaf's issue. Seems that Pile likes to use an excessive amount of toilet paper.
Oh, I don't blame him. So do I. I like a
There's
huge
nothing wrong
padding.
with
I like a
that. I
huge
figure the
padding.
more you can stuff in there, the better it is for
Deep,
all of us.
deep,
Exactly.
deep, deep into the plumbing, almost out at the street, this toilet paper that shall remain nameless, but it's the really fluffy and soft premium kind that's supposed to keep you all nice and clean because it's so thick and heavy, doesn't disintegrate